Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on? Let me get up in here. What is going on? Let's get this off the screen. Shout out to everybody on Patreon. Also, shout out to KQ who signed up for Patreon. I got to get you added to the thank yous. I appreciate you. What is going on, everybody? Everybody. I'm doing this little sound check on my end. All right, there we go. We sound good. All right, there we go. All right, sound check is complete. I can shut this down so I'm not distracted while I'm streaming. Got to give you all my focus and give you all my all. We got a great show on this Monday. I got a new camera. Let's see. Is that camera high enough? Let's see. Let's turn you up just slightly. No, let's turn you down. This is my first time streaming with this camera, so that's okay. I'm not gonna get distracted on the small things, y'all. I'm not gonna let it get me. I probably can move my nameplate down. That's what I'll do instead. That is what I'll do. Let's do that instead. We doing it live, y'all. There we go. That looks a little bit better. That looks a little bit better. There we go. All right, let's get these greetings in order because y'all are here early. Black Pearl, top of the morning. Felix, good morning. How you feeling today? Celtics girl, Flint World. What up, though? How you been? It's been a minute.
To school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
Good morning, Latika. Latika, I'm still laughing at your post on TikTok, so hopefully it's okay with you. I want to share that with everybody during the stream today. Hopefully that's okay with you. What's going on, Latika? Miss Sparkles, how you doing today? Good morning, Daisha. What's going on? We got Selma Fudd in the house.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies.
Art Jizzle, what's going on? How you feeling? Where we at? Zedric, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Cole, you stupid.
Definitely hit that like button on the way in, y'all. Hit that like button on the way in as we are going through our greetings, saying hello to everyone. Take your shoes off at the door. When you go to somebody's house, make sure you greet every single person as you walk in. So greet everybody on the way in. Say what's up to somebody. All right, cool. Latika said I can share it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Latika. I was just laughing at it as I was like doing my last things that I was setting up for the stream. I was like, I got to share this. Hopefully Latika's cool with it. So I appreciate you. Where we leave off at, Miss Sparkles says she's doing awesome. Good to hear. Miss Sparkles, also, I like your post on X. I got to go like some more of them, but I like the post that you're putting out there on X. I like your creativity as well, so shout out to you. I like what you're doing over there. Latika says, my mind goes left every 5 minutes. It's all good. I like it. Sometimes that's where the best thoughts come from. Lex, what's going on? No, that's not Lex. My bad, Q. Q, what's going on? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. Snow blizzard in Jersey. Stay safe. Stay warm out there. Stay safe and stay warm out there. Keith Hunt. Keith Mathis, what's going on? Happy Monday. Talk to him, Selma Fudd. Tell him hit the like button on the way in. Hit it on the way in, y'all. Hit it on the way in. All right, y'all. So, great stream set up for today. So, we got Kobe on the docket. Wise words from Kobe. We're going to look at when he was on his Asian tour that he was doing with Nike every summer. So we're going to get to that. We're going to get to Latika. Latika's going to provide some laughs for us today. We're going to wrap up the conversation around Michael Jordan. I thought I made it clear, but I'm just going to give y'all an example of Coach Prime being aware. Just to put a bow on it and wrap that up. We're going to do that. Good morning, Maya. How you feeling? I haven't seen C.A. Anderson here yet, but C.A. Anderson asked about Shedeur and if the Browns find something in Shedeur, will more teams follow and take the quarterback that they want earlier? And I was like, I don't think they will. I'm going to show with the Rams and how the Rams do things and how the Rams they won a Super Bowl in this time frame and they've been good every single year. They might be in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a couple special teams blunders against the Seattle Seahawks. Teams are still not following what they're doing. So we're going to get to that as we talk about teams not following and switching to what's new. We're going to get to LeBron clapping back at Jaylen Brown. We got a good stream, y'all. We're going to get to Mendoza. I saw this thing on Mendoza kind of taking off on X. I was really surprised because we spoke about this a couple weeks ago, but even the Mendoza situation, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to put a bow on that towards the end of the show. This is a podcast style stream. So whatever's on the thumbnail most likely is going to be at the end. It's going to be the main event. I even made a sound effect for it.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So once you hear that, you know we're going to the main thing that's on the thumbnail, but we are going to hit some other topics. We're going to get some motivation. We're going to get some laughs. We're going to talk to the people. We're going to have a nice conversation here, and that's what makes us different. That's what makes us different. Where we leave off at. Shout out to Black Pearl, feeling blessed and highly favored. God is good. Yes, he is. All the time. All the time. Miss Sparkles, no problem. No problem. I see what you're doing over there. I like your work. I like it. There we go. See it, Anderson. There we go.
This is a foolishness. Foolishness.
Good morning, C.A. Anderson. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, D. Monday is always great. I'm here. C.A. Anderson is in the building. C.A. Anderson, I got an update, slight update. The second portion of your winnings will be your prize, I should say. I said winnings, make it seem like it's money. Your prize will be in the mail soon. So as soon as I get that confirmation, I'm going to send you the confirmation on Patreon, just so you can track it and you'll know what it's going to be there. Once C.A. Anderson gets her last prize, I haven't seen Shanithia yet, but C.A. Anderson, I got the picture from your first prize. If you could take a picture when you get your second prize, and then Latika, if you could take pictures of you and your t-shirts, that would be great, because we want to show everyone the prizes and just kind of wrap up what we did during the playoffs, because it was really special. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Keep Mathis, AD, I love it. Let's get ready to rumble. I have so many things going on in this big head of mine. Let me tell y'all, so many ideas, so many things that I want to do to take this stream to the next level. Season 1, I'm calling season 1 before I change the background. That was season 1 of Eliminate the Grable Offtharecorddee. I was building up credibility. I was fine-tuning my voice. I was fine-tuning my craft. Year 2 is we are the content. So just remember, the theme is going to be we are the content. Other people going to react. We're going to be what they react to. Just to let y'all know what's in store for later on this year. We're going to add some segments. I'm not going to give it away too soon, but when the time is right, I'll let y'all know what we're going to do. Maya, I had the same take on Fernando and the Combine. Yeah, I'm surprised. I am surprised. KC, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning, Miss Brown. I appreciate that, Latika. I appreciate that. I'm wearing one of them today. I'm glad you like it. And when I was looking, I wanted to make sure that I got y'all stuff that I thought that kind of fit what I could grasp from your personality for y'all prizes. And those shirts sold out so fast on Fanatics that they don't even have them available anymore. So the prize shirt that Shanithia got and the two that Latika got sold out. Can't even get them no more. So just glad that the timing was right and we were able to do it. Winnings is fine because it's money out of your pocket. Prize money don't matter. We're all winners. I like it. I like it. I like the energy. I like that energy, C.A. Anderson. I like that energy. We are all winners, y'all. We are all winners. I like it. Let me turn this down a little bit in my ear. All right, we can go there. D, did you see the video on Patreon chat that Mad Dog spoke about the double standard with Mendoza? I was working on putting my thumbnail together and all that stuff, and it was funny because right after I posted it, I went in Patreon and I saw that video, And I was like, that's funny. That's what we talk about tomorrow. But I listened to about 2 minutes of it. I couldn't listen to too much of it because, I don't want to just regurgitate what I hear. I want to make sure it is my thoughts. I got to make sure it's my thoughts. Yeah, shout out to you, C.A. Anderson. I'm a Beanie Girl for real. Oh, yeah, I listened to your voicemail, too. Part of when we go over the NFL playoff challenge, I'm also going to play that voicemail. So, Shanithia, if you listen to this on a replay, Latika, if you want to do a voicemail, you can let me know. The link is always on Patreon, but I can always update the link if you want to leave a voicemail, Latika. Any conversation where Shador is used as a comparison just leads to disingenuous takes by the other side. It may be a while before a real conversation can be had with the opposite side. Talk to him. Talk to him, Zedric. Talk to him. Talk to him. Beast, what's going on, man? How you feeling? Princess Premier, what's going on? How you feeling? Always life double standards. I agree with that. Princess Premier. Just saw Mendoza ain't throwing at the combine. Yep, that's it, C.A. Anderson. We're definitely going to get to it. We're going to get to it. All right, y'all. That's the open. That's the greetings. We said hello as we walk through the door. We make sure we got everybody. Let's get this thing started, y'all. Let's get to it. We're going to start it off with some motivation through the mindset of one Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's legacy and name will live on forever. A lot of what he did on the court, but his mindset off the court is what I'm seeing is so valuable. And I'm really getting the insight into why he was able to achieve the things he was able to achieve. Let's get to it. We got it right here. Mindset, everybody, with Kobe Bryant.
The next pillar, be obsessive. Obsessive. That's, I think a lot of people equate that with you. Kobe is obsessive in a lot of things. Yeah. We've been doing this for 8 years now, Asia tour. I've been with you for a long way. The one moment that stands out of, we've done, I don't know how many done. We've done 800 events. Mm-hmm. The one time was 4 a.m. We went out to practice at 4 a.m. And that was your idea to do it. But then all these Nike people are like, no, let's not do that. And then you're like, let's do it at 4 a.m. So you got security, you got brand marketing, sports marketing going, no, let's not do it. You're like, let's do it. Because that's your obsessiveness, right?
To me, it just makes complete sense.
Let me pause it. We're going to get to it. I can have obsessive tendencies for something I'm working towards. I'm not really obsessive over people like some people are. I think being obsessive over people can lead to dangerous things, but obsession when it's leading towards you striving for a goal or an accomplishment or pursuing your passion, I think that's when it can be good. So Kobe's gonna get to it here. Zedric been on fire. Zedric, did you used to play NBA Jam? I think I gotta change. I gotta change your intro sound. I think I might have to change it to NBA Jam. Let me know if you used to watch NBA Jam. I like your updated thumbnail, D. You're on your new year, new me. I see. Talk to him, man. I'm always thinking of creative ways we could take it to the next level. Always. My brain is never turned off. I got so many ideas, stuff I'm working on in the background, things that I think y'all are going to enjoy and appreciate as we grow and move forward. Once you get past the phase of building up your credibility, you can really start to explore more creative things. So y'all gonna see the thumbnails might be different. Titles might be a little bit different. It's gonna be the same OD, but I'm definitely gonna be working to upgrade y'all. Definitely working to upgrade. All right, let's get it. Let's play it. Let's go back to Kobe. Kobe's gonna explain why people say he's obsessive. Let's see. I'm starting to think a lot of detractors are secretly fans, just like being contrarian. Hey, you on fire today, Zedric. D, I don't know who writes your description for your streams, but I love reading them. I love to read already, and it's like a trailer for the stream almost. So thanks for that part of it. Latika is a combination of me and my friend. Combination of me and my friends. So, I use AI for productivity, but I use it to explain my vision. So when you read, it's funny that you read that because if one person tells me they read or enjoy something, I'll keep using it. So for a while, I wanted people to get a true feel for what my stream is going to be about. So I've done that for a while. So I'm glad you enjoy it. But those are my thoughts paired with AI to get it done. That's what that is. I definitely played NBA Jam back in the day. That works for me. Solid. Hey, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Wednesday, I got something for you, Cedric. I got something for you.
Not to us.
But I don't like. Okay, so
See,
all right.
Usually I'm sleeping at 4 a.m. You're working out. So
Well,
talk about that.
Okay, so if your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. So if you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, right? 12, say 12, train at 12, train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out, you train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8, right? And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right? Those are 2 sessions, right? Now imagine you wake up at 3, you train at 4. You go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? You relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4, and now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up because they're 5 years behind.
I'm going to pause Kobe right there. He's talking about he just started earlier, so he got more done so he could get ahead of his competition, and he made the gap so wide between him and his competition that they could never catch up. I always tell y'all know more than the Cleveland media. And I think at first y'all probably thought I was just blowing smoke. Just, man, he trying to butter us up. He trying to make us feel good. But in reality, as you watch more Cleveland media, as they speak, as you see what they're talking about now, you realize you really do know more. So if you are already at a place where you know more than the Cleveland media, where are you going to be going into next year, after next season? Basically, it's going to be a point where you're just going to eliminate it altogether because you'll see it's no value there. So I wasn't just gassing y'all up when I was saying y'all know more. I'm showing y'all know more. So it's the Kobe approach. Just us having small amounts of learning in every single stream is what is going to help you get ahead of the people. We're ahead on every single story. We're ahead on every single story. Every story that comes out, I can go find old videos and show them reacting to stuff we reacted to 3 weeks ago. We can find old videos of us talking about the salary cap, the quarterback situation, roster changes to the Browns, players that still will be here, players that won't be cut. And they're getting to it months after us. So it's not just y'all a little bit ahead. Y'all are well ahead of them, and I hope y'all see it. No integrity, but it comes with the territory. Oh, yeah, let me read this because this was good. C.A. Anderson. They fans in person always want the autograph and pictures, then they sit behind their desk and write what's in their hearts. One person, 2 faces. I love it, C.A. Anderson. I love it. Zedric is right. No integrity, but it comes with the territory. Shout out to Latika. She said it's definitely a keeper, so I will make sure it's there. It's the same way with motivation. I took motivation away. Y'all said y'all want it. Never let it go. What games? I'll be up there with my Shador gear. Apprentice Premier, we did an NFL challenge on Patreon. It was free to anybody who joined my Patreon, and that's how we were tracking the playoffs. We were going through and picking winners, and whoever accumulated the most points, got the most picks right over the course of the entire playoffs, they won prizes. And hopefully by next week or soon after, I'll be able to show the prizes and talk a little bit more about it so everybody can get ready for the second one. When y'all see the prizes, y'all going to see it wasn't something I threw together. I put some thought into this. So make sure you tap into the Patreon. It's the reason why I'm always saying tap into the Patreon. Think about his contemporaries, AI, Vince, T-Mac. His situation was different due to injuries, but he lapped them. When they were on the downside of their career, he was still going strong. Talk to him. Very similar to LeBron. Very similar to LeBron. They just can't keep Shedor's name out of their mouths with these Browns media. They cannot. And they're looking foolish and silly. There's another portion I want to get to here. It's another portion. Let me get to it. It's a couple minutes ahead. But that's why we learn small things. We got some learning we're going to do today. What's my timestamp? My timestamp should be about here.
Just did one.
Let's go. Tap in.
Here. We were just
Tap in.
at the Kobe Academy. We just had all these kids, 24 best high school basketball players in China playing basketball, running 5-on-5, running all these drills. And then at the end, we had this little game where all they had to do was run this drill called 17s. 17s is really simple. 1 minute, you got to run 17 times from sideline to sideline.
It's tough.
It's tough. You got to run it in 1 minute. If any of you have been playing basketball in high school, you know what I mean. It's a killer. It's all it is just grit. It's just, let's just run. And then this kid, we're running, and this is for media. We got the media on the side, and if they ran, they get a pair of Kobe shoes. So, it's for fun.
But I warned them. I warned them. I said, if you guys run the 17, everybody gets a pair of shoes. If you don't touch the line, you get nothing. So everybody touched the line.
So this is where Kobe gets his obsessiveness. So we're sitting there, everybody's kind of happy. We're thinking, they're going to run the lines. We're going to have a presentation for the shoes. And the kids are running. They've been running for 2 hours. Running. This one kid misses the line by like half inch.
No, it wasn't even a half inch. It was like about that much.
He misses the line. Kobe's like, stop. We had to stop everything. And he's like, nobody gets shoes. And all these kids are like,
oh, they're mad at the kid.
Yeah.
They're like, touch the line. All you have to do is touch the line. That's it. It was this much. Touch the line.
And Kobe's like, no, nobody gets shoes. You guys sit on the sideline. And then Kobe made this kid run suicides, which is another drill. Baseline, free throw line, baseline, half court, baseline, opposite free throw line, baseline, and back.
3 in a row.
3 times.
You had to run 3 of them.
Yeah. But the best part was,
the
last one, Kobe ran with this kid. He ran with this kid. Okay? Yeah, it's awesome. He ran with this kid, and there's 1.1 million people are watching online. Crazy. He ran with this kid. This kid was dry heaving. He was about to die.
Yeah. But
you're lucky he didn't die.
No, he wasn't going to die.
He wasn't going to die.
but the important thing to understand is you can't shortchange yourself. Like you're not cheating anybody but yourself. Right? I mean, you're tired. You're literally this far away from the line. Why would you not go that extra to touch the line? Right? So if I let him get away with that, right, all of a sudden he starts maybe a cheat something over here, right? Not give his best over here, not give his best over here. And as years go on, he's going to be he's not going to reach his full potential because he's been taking these little shortcuts that just add up. And you can't let that happen. Our job as teachers, as mentors, as inspirers, it's our responsibility to hold them accountable to those things.
The funny part is...
Great story right there. Kobe taught him a lesson in life. And we see a lot. People want to take the shortcut. They want to take the fast approach, the quick way to get there. Nothing is fast. Nothing is short. Nothing is easy. Everything comes from you putting in work. And usually what people would say are your biggest L's, that is how you learn the most. And those things stick with you. And you never make that mistake again. You never make it again. So shout out to Kobe for teaching him a life lesson. He will never take another shortcut. He never will. So, I thought this was really good. Now let's bring this to also Cleveland media is not making a cut today, but we're going to use them as an example. The Cleveland media has been taking shortcuts with how they report on the Cleveland Browns for so long. The problem is they missed the line. They missed the line one time and it got blown up. Now it's no point in me talking about Mary Kay. Tony Grossi, 92.3 The Fan for the most part, UCSS. Just run the gamut. The list is not there. Whoever it is, it's not that much of a reason for me to talk about them because they tried shortcuts, they tried clickbait, they tried all these other things instead of getting the understanding. So we getting the understanding over here, and we're not taking no shortcuts. So I thought this was really good. Shout out to Kobe. His legacy is going to live on forever. Even more, Kobe could have went on and been a motivational speaker. He could have did so much more, man. So just RIP to Kobe, Gigi, and all the families that were lost that day. Kobe going to live on forever, y'all. Forever. Let me update it in the chat. Princess Premier said, I'm going to tap in, get ready for a new winner. Hey, it's some stiff competition over there. Stiff competition. D, next year we're going to have people peeping your page to get their gambling picks from us. DraftKings, FanDuel, Prize Picks. Hey, you want to sponsor your boy? We're going to the next level in year 2. Coach Prime taught us you got to pay attention. So, hey, you want the picks? You want to know what we doing? You got to pay attention. So, we ain't going to give out the game for free. They got to pay for it, C. Anderson. C. Anderson, challenge on. I hope you can play spades, my friend. If not, it's time to tap out now. Talk to him. Knowledge is power and produces winners. That's a fact. Bring it on. No mercy, no prisoners. Loser not an option. I'm coming. In the voice of Coach Prime, I'm coming. The funny thing is, this is how C. Anderson and Shanithia was talking back and forth, and I just like it. I like the competition. It's so good. So you saying, ooh, I'm all about that smoke. You next on the table. Grab your best voice and come on. Come on. D, did you see well-off vid when Coach Prime did a spring ball draft, allowing the players to pick their team? I really enjoyed the players' energy, and I think that is good for the team's cohesiveness. I didn't see that video, but it's something else brewing. It is something else brewing in Colorado that's going to be really special. Just know where you heard it first. We doing a regular season challenge. They gotta. If they want our expertise, Cedric, they gotta pay. They don't get that for free. They gotta pay. So DraftKings, FanDuel, Sportsbook, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. The Cleveland Browns organization has cut off the beat reporters. Stefanski no longer there to put out false narratives. Browns pushing out the real message to their PR team. Talk to them. Big facts. Big facts right there. Big facts. Big facts. Just in the spirit of how the show is going, this is perfect timing. Let's get to Latika.
Ooh, child. Okay, listen, first of all, I could be foolish sometimes in my mental. I would sit here, all of a sudden I was like, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall at Dylan Gabriel's house whenever his girlfriend went viral for saying how everybody in the building wanted him to be the starter, but we wouldn't know because we wasn't no coach and we never played in the NFL. Hey, look, first thing came to my mind was that he was like, because if I get in trouble with them, I got to live here, you know. I know he was 38 hot. Ooh, child, I know he was pissed off with that girl. Oh, my God. I can just imagine the cussing out she got.
I got to go to work with these people. I got to live here. You get to go home. I still got to be here. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Latika. Her name on TikTok is Latika Sheree. Definitely tap in. Also, she got some motivation going. I'm not sure if that was your daughter or what, but they was dropping bars. I might find a way we could add her into the show one time so she could see herself on the show, because that was good. She was talking about accountability. So shout out to Latika, y'all. Definitely tap in with Latika on TikTok. Charmaine, what's going on? Welcome in. Yeah, the Day reference took me out when he telling Craig, hey, I got to live here with these people. It is now just clickbait because they do not want to research and be true media. The false narratives are about getting money, but not about true journalists. I have been blocking. Miss Sparkles, that's the way to go. That's the way to do it. You got to block them. Fantasy Football League, Tua Man was asking me about that. I don't know. I got to think about it. I don't know if I want to manage a Fantasy Football League. Okay, your granddaughter. Yeah. Latika, your granddaughter, she was dropping some bars in that video. Some bars. She said, don't let them pick what you want to do. Take accountability. I was like, man, she said a whole word right there. A whole word. So shout out to her. Shout out to her. You get a slate along with CA. New Cleveland, no honcho, and the Off the Record D family. I give my picks after the fact, but I don't participate. It's just for y'all. It's just for y'all. But I do keep track of how well I did, just so y'all will know. I do keep track of it for y'all. Let's keep it rocking. This thing had me cracking up when I seen this, so I wanted to share this with y'all. I thought y'all would enjoy it too. All right, so this is real quick. This is from Bucky. This is just to put the Michael Jordan stuff to bed, y'all. C Brown Run, what's going on? This is to put the Michael Jordan stuff to bed. So I put out my clip on Michael Jordan. I just said he has to be more aware. So for some reason, you got to really break stuff down. You got to really break stuff down into small, easily digestible things so people can see it. Bush is actually a good watch. I think G. Bush by himself is a better watch than UCSS as a collective. UCSS as a collective show, it's a tough watch. It is a tough watch. Nice job on her video. Yeah, shout out to Latika. I got ahead of myself last time and all my picks were wrong outside the wild card of Super Bowl. I pick my battles better now. Hey, that experience. So this is us putting a bow on the Michael Jordan situation. I just said he got to be more careful, got to be aware, but I want to show you a visual of that. I saw this. I was watching Bucky's video. I'm only going to show you all about 10 seconds of this. This is when LeJohntay is coming back, but 10 seconds, and I'm just going to show you all the difference when Coach Prime is being aware. I've seen on multiple occasions Coach Prime being aware in the moment. They're in the same age bracket, age range. So we should be able to expect the same thing from Michael Jordan. Expect the same thing. That's why I only named G. Bush. Okay, got you. Yeah, I was gonna say G. Bush cool, but that UCSS, man, tough watch. So we on the same page. We definitely on the same page. This is Coach Prime being aware. Michael Jordan just had to be careful. The things he did in his age group is not the same thing going on now. That is a fact. And I'm going to show you all this Coach Prime being aware. So I'm going to clip this because other people who saw my response to the Michael Jordan thing definitely took it a different way. So this is a very clear understanding of it with video. This is what I mean.
Yeah, I've been here for a minute. Come on, sweetie. You good? Nice to meet you too.
I'm going to pause it right here so y'all can see. If you look at this, when she walked up, Coach Prime said, yeah, sweetie, you can take a picture. When she walked up, Coach Prime hands her in his pocket. She looked when she first walked up to check, because, you know, sometimes people put their arm around people and stuff like that. Shador, Coach Prime, he's taught them. They're very aware of where their hands are when they take a picture. This is an example on video of Coach Prime being aware. So everybody who didn't, this is not really to y'all. This is for my clip, but everybody who didn't understand me saying Michael Jordan needs to be more aware, here is an example of Coach Prime being aware. This is what I meant. And I think sometimes people just kind of skip past people who are aware in the moment and they want to cause issues, but this is somebody in a similar age range, brought up in a similar time, just way more aware. So that's it. That's the put a bow on the Michael Jordan situation of showing this is an example of being aware. Let's keep it moving, y'all. All right, so this was on the thumbnail. This was LeBron. Responding about Jaylen Brown and their relationship and what he said, what Jaylen Brown said about Bronny Here is his response. LeBron is at the point where he doesn't care what people think about him, and he is just saying what's on his mind and what it is. So let's play it.
And like with him over the years.
What's the season been like? I think you just use the motivation of a lot of people just saying that they're going to have a down year because of, obviously JT being out, them losing Drew, Al, leaves, Porzingis leaves. The whole championship team pretty much is kind of revamped, and he uses that as motivation to keep them afloat. They're playing great basketball, and it's because of him and the rest of those guys. He's taking that next step. Our relationship has been, pretty respectful. Besides the shit he said about Bronny at Summer League.
I was wondering if you guys were able to get past that.
But other than that, we've been all right.
We guys able to get.
Look at LeBron eliminating the gray. He leaving no room for gray area. Yeah, I knew you was gonna ask me about that. I'm gonna beat you to it. We've been cool except for that stuff he was talking about. So, shout out to LeBron, man. This is what you got to do. You're at that age where make it clear how you feel. Put it out there. People like it, love it, hate it. They got to live with it. It is what it is. Yeah, G. Bush by himself. I agree with that, Keith. Asante, what's going on? How you feeling? It is interesting that he mentioned that considering how much time has passed. I don't think there's smoke for Jaylen, though. No, not really a lot of smoke for Jaylen there. Just let him know. I see what you said. That's all. Hey, just letting them know. I see what you said. I see what you said. So, Michael Jordan race team won their race in Atlanta, the NASCAR Cup. Selmo Flood, I saw that. That's back to back. That's 2 races they done won. 2 races. Funny enough, I don't live that far away from where his team stuff is set up. CO7 111, what's going on? Brian just letting them know. He ain't forget. That's it. I ain't forget. All right, let's keep it pushing, y'all. Let's keep it pushing. What we got next on the docket? C.A. Anderson, this is when I was talking about teams not following.
Who don't have enough.
Teams not following what winning organizations do. So we're going to play this first, and then we're going to get to something that the Rams are doing that other teams are not doing, and I find it funny that they're not following it. And MJ just won that court settlement. He's on a roll now. The good thing about that court settlement is it helped so many other teams. They wanted transparency. I really looked into that. I didn't really have a way to add it or incorporate it into the show well, but them fighting that and winning that court settlement made them change the language in the new agreement so all teams get more transparency and it ups their ability to make money. So that was a big win for them. Asante, stay safe out there, man. Stay safe out there, Asante. They're going to be talking about this is Pat McAfee. This is old. Let me update the view of it. They're going to be talking about the picks and what the Rams have done. We watch the Rams be good every single year. We saw people blame the Deshaun Watson trade or all these things for the Browns being bad, except that sometimes they just were not picking the best players and they didn't have the best coach. So this is a little throwback. This is from 2021.
Number 1 overall for the next 7 years. They made plays to get Matthew Stafford. They just gave up picks for Von Miller. They've done this for years and years at this point. Jalen Ramsey, they have loaded up on big-time players and said, we'll let you all figure out the draft. Once those players get good, then we're going to want them over here in L.A. Why? And I heard him speak in a video, and it sounded like he was defending like the power of picks, where his actions though are I think pretty much in the same alignment of me and AJ. It's like, fuck these picks. Like legitimately, you have no idea what you're getting, especially if you have a window to win a Super Bowl. But it sounded like Les Snead didn't want to be the guy that's known as somebody that doesn't like the draft. Why would that be? Why would he not just own the fact that this is what they do? And do you see this becoming a blueprint for a lot of other teams to try in the future?
I think he's just trying to keep his scouting staff happy, right? I think he's just trying to make his scout.
All right, that part is less important about the circumstances. So they were close. They went all in. They got a Super Bowl out of it. I think it was, I don't know if it was hyperbole, but they were traded away their first round picks for 7 years, 2021 to 2028, or had them tied up somehow. That would be around 2028 when they would have been able to draft in the first round. You know when it doesn't matter? when you consistently can hit on late round picks. Puka Nacua, 5th round pick. Curse, who they have, he was a late round pick. So they keep having hits late in the draft, and those guys are actually playing. So they don't necessarily need the surefire guys to continue to have success. Now, the reason why I brought this up is because this week we've seen people talking about Liam Cohen, James Glasgow. They're down in Jacksonville. Let me pause that. We don't need to hear him. Just want y'all to see the title here. They are not going to the NFL Combine. They are sending their scouts there. Their scouts will do the work. They're delegating. They're not using that time being there. Now, a lot of people coming from the Les Snead and Sean McVay tree are following this approach. We hire scouts. They do this all year. We send them to the draft combine. This is no different than them watching a game or going to a game. That's what we pay them for. Now, people in the NFL, I saw a lot of people questioning it. Even though they still root for teams who go to the draft combine every year and never get better. They never get better. So when we look at, will teams just follow what the winners do? Not necessarily. They like it as a saying. It's a copycat league. They're going to follow. No. If it is too far outside of what they believe is the core of how they do things, even if it has way more success than the way they do it, they will not follow it. They will not follow it. They won't follow it. So just wanted to show y'all how the NFL will still do things in a losing way, even if they're seeing a tree with branches grow and have more success. This brings us to something that I used to do. I used to do something called comment creeping. And in comment creeping, I used to, let me get it up here. I used to go to my social media and I would pull up comments that, people had. A lot of time it would be disagreements, but then I realized people were kind of just trolling so they can get their names heard. But I'm going to bring that back in. It's a little twist, but it matches this story of NFL teams not following what the winners do. This is TK. Shout out to TK. She's been watching a lot of like my old streams and stuff like that while she's been at work. So TK, if you are here or if you see this on the replay, shout out to you. I read all your comments. I see everybody's comments. So she's talking about, I'll just summarize it because it's a lot to read to y'all. The certain amount of starts you need to show that you have talent in the NFL. Just summarize it for y'all. Here, she breaks down how instead of going based off feeling like they do in the NFL, you should have a method to how you do things so it's repeatable. The Rams clearly have a repeatable method to how they scout, and they're able to continuously hit on late round picks. And this is all other teams having opportunities to draft these players, and they keep missing them. They keep passing up on them. So the NFL will not just change, even if we think they will. But oh man, I didn't get the full screenshot of mine. I was agreeing with her assessment, and she brought up the example of doctors and how they have to do a residency and then they have to go before a licensure board before they're able to practice. And I was explaining that I agree because that is a set way that they make this very important decision if this person is capable of being a doctor. The NFL can be distracted based on a feeling or a rumor or a lie and miss out on good players. And I said to her, I guarantee you that doctors that go through this process have a higher rate of success than first round NFL quarterbacks. And I did the numbers on the NFL quarterbacks. It's a very low hit rate once you get outside the first round. So if they can't hit well in the first round, they're definitely not going to hit later on. So to summarize this, will the NFL or NFL teams follow the success of others? Sometimes, not always. Sometimes, not always. So we gonna wrap that up. But I thought that was a good combination of stories that even though Jacksonville went 13-4, traded their first round pick this year, and they plan to hit later in the draft, people won't follow it. Let's keep it moving. Let's get back here.
Okay, so how do we install the offense? All right, here's a.
Y'all definitely want to tap into the Patreon. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. C.A. Anderson asked me about other offensive systems, if we can learn about them. I think Chanithia mentioned the go-go offense, and I've been waiting because I've been looking a lot into the go-go offense. Part of the reason why I'm so happy about CU, this is a short video, but we're going to call this like an intro into the go-go. This is Brennan Marion. This is from 6 years ago, and this is when he is talking about the go-go offense that he created. Let's hear him.
A cool picture right here on having our 5 guys lined up into the boundary. All right, so you see a picture right there that you'd be hard pressed to see any other team line up like that in the country. Okay, 2 receivers on the ball, receiver off the ball. We're in an unbalanced set here. 2 running backs in the backfield. Okay, side by side. All right.
Let me just go right back here for a second. The significance of this is when they have 5 offensive players to the right of the football, this is going to force the defense to show their hand. If they're in man, it's going to force them to line up and show that they're in man. Then they can run option. They can audible to a run if they got the opportunity to go to the other side of the field. So this is why I believe, and especially in the red zone, when they go to the go-go formations, it's going to open up for CU, and they're just going to dominate with running the ball and scoring rushing touchdowns in the red zone. Just be ready for it. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. I've been ready for this. The NFL show with Shador mess up that they're a soap opera filled with gossipers spreading rumors and lies. Good luck to Cam Ward. Just hope he doesn't turn his back on Dayball. Yeah, I don't know about Dayball. Hopefully Cam Ward is cool with it. Also, I feel like the first round hits are probably more successful because they are being given more time to develop. Miss K, talk to him. That's a fact. That's a fact. TK, what's going on? What is going on? Welcome in, TK. I was just speaking about our interactions and you watching some of my old videos. So definitely rewind this back later on and check out that portion right before this, actually. Okay, this is the go-go. Let me go forward. He's going to explain the philosophy of the go-go offense, which I like this a lot.
All right, so how do we install plays? Our philosophy, okay? How we tell our players, we create the selfless with our players. Go-go is how you play without the ball determines how much you love your teammates. Okay, how you play without the football determines how much you love your teammates. Because everybody, okay, from the little league age up, wanted to get the ball in their hands, okay, and run with the ball. Okay, but not everybody wants to block. Okay, not everybody wants to run the guy off. Not everybody wants to run the route that gets somebody else open. Carry out the fake, all those little things that make a play truly work, okay? We're organic, okay? We're going to err on the side of creativity, all right? What we do is we're not trying to copy anybody or be the same as or be business as usual, okay? We're going to do what we do, okay, and create different ways to do what we do, okay? Toughness, okay? We are 2-back, power run, vertical shot team. We're going to throw the ball deep down the field, okay, and we're going to have 2 backs in the backfield to run the ball downhill. All right, pace. All right, pace. 2-minute pace at all times to create a 5th quarter. All right, when we try to create a normal game, all right, it's 60 snaps, 60 to 65 snaps. We're trying to get into the 80, 90 snap range, okay? Last year we were at 78, okay, and that's not good enough, okay? We need to be higher, all right? Personnel, all right? So for the high school coaches like me that started off as a high school coach, if you want to run this offense, all you truly need is 1 vertical threat, 2 running backs, and a quarterback, okay, that can understand how to distribute the football, okay, can understand how to distribute the football. He doesn't have to be a great runner, okay, he doesn't have to be a big, dynamic guy, okay. We've had quarterbacks who couldn't run and still ran for yards, and we have quarterbacks who can run and run for a lot of yards. It doesn't matter, okay? Either one will help you.
So that is Brendan Marion breaking down.
But wait, it gets.
That is him breaking down the go-go offense. I'm going to turn this so y'all can see it. Hopefully I don't get a copyright for this. So if the video is edited in 2 days, you know why. So the go-go offense is all about leverage. So you want to use your leverage and get teams to show what they're doing so you can make your decision on what you're going to do pre-snap. Pre-snap. Also, when you hear him talk about their plan of attack, he wants to distribute the ball, he wants to run the ball, and he wants to make it look difficult but be easy so players can play fast. You heard him say it. He can have a running quarterback. He can have a non-running quarterback. He'll still get him yards. You only need one true vertical threat. So if you have more, perfect. But if you don't, that's okay. They make it work. He wants to run a fast pace so they can get more possessions. He wants to get 20 more possessions than the other team's offense so they have more opportunities to score the ball. I've been so excited to watch things pertaining to the go-go offense. I've been breaking down this in the background for a long time. So happy when C.A. Anderson asked the question about the go-go. But this is part of the reason why I'm excited. Now, it's not only that they run the go-go. He also has other formations that he utilizes as well. So it really puts stress and pressure on the defense. And they can be attacking and they can be playing fast. So I'm really excited. Here's an example we have here that I'm going to play.
It's even crazier. This was a huge explosive for UNLV early in the second quarter. Midline triple option.
He's showing UNLV because he used to be the offensive coordinator at UNLV. Let me make this, let me adjust this slightly so y'all can get a better view of this. There you go. You know, there are college football OCs studying this clip like their jobs depend on it right now. Oh, I agree with that. I'm just excited to see you will have a consistent offensive game plan, more stability on the offensive side. Maya, that's it. D, with Marion showing off how the go-go offense works and is installed, can other teams use this offense without consent from Marion? They can use it. The thing is, all offensive systems are taught and explained the same way. So there are coaches seminars. I was showing y'all coaches seminars where Nick Saban was breaking down the cover 7 defense that he created. They go show other coaches. It's not like, oh, we keeping all these secrets, because the defense has to read and react in the moment. So they can have an idea of what you're going to do, but you can always put a wrinkle on it. So they can know it. That's not going to guarantee they're going to have success to stop it. It's not going to guarantee that they have the players to stop it. So I didn't put the other plays where it was more passing on there, C.A. Anderson, because I didn't want to get a copyright. So this week, I'm going to put out another video with more actual game footage breakdowns of the go-go offense, but I got to put that on Patreon. This was a short, so I thought I should be able to show it. Hopefully I don't get a copyright for it, but I'll put more on Patreon that y'all can watch and see how you can take advantage of defenses there. That offensive system that JMU runs is elite. Look how Indiana turned out. They're just going to take from stuff that does well. Also, Brendan Marion was a wide receivers coach at Texas. When not Xavier Worthy was there. He's been around and has experience. So it's just a wrinkle that they have that they can go to a different level that teams don't really know how to defend. So let's play this so y'all can see it.
Out of split zone. Midline, meaning the offensive line leaves the 3 technique unblocked, and Malik Williams reads him. He gets too far outside, so the quarterback hands the ball off. But let's say the 3 tech had stayed inside. Well, Malik Williams would pull the ball and get a block.
So this is an example of the triple option, what you're seeing. This offensive system was based off the triple option. He picked the triple option because the triple option worked and it stood the test of time. There are colleges that still run the triple option to this day. So that's why he used the triple option as a base. So just a quick example of what the triple option is. Let's do this. It's kind of on the screen, but I want to explain it so y'all can see. Okay. Triple option is this. He has the option to hand it off here to this runner. He has the option to run it here, and he also has the option to pitch it here. That's a triple option. Just mean you have 3 options of what you can do with the football, and there is an example of it. So that's the core base of the running portion of it. All right, let's play it.
From his tight end, and now it's a 2-on-1 running downhill versus this corner whose least favorite thing in the world is to be responsible for this tackle. There's no way for the defense to be right, and they get gashed badly down the middle. But wait, it gets
Took off on them, y'all. So what this offense does is it makes every defender think, and they can't just go off instincts. So if you notice, I'm just going to pause it one more time.
Even crazier. This was a huge explosive for UNLV early in the second quarter. Midline triple option out of split zone.
Didn't UNLV have a great year offensively? Was his system? I remember them coming out of nowhere. They did. I believe they had 2 1,000-yard receivers that year. They had a quarterback who left in the middle of the year. The other quarterback came in. They didn't lose a beat. Before he went to UNLV, he was at Howard. Howard, actually, their biggest upset, they upset UNLV. So he was at Howard for 2 years with this offensive system. He had success there. So a lot of success in his short time in coaching. A lot of success. But I just want y'all to, I'm going to pause it again when the defenders have to think. This is when they got to think.
Midline, meaning the offensive line leaves the 3 technique unblocked, and Malik Williams reads him. He gets too far outside, so the quarterback hands the ball off. But let's say the 3 tech had stayed inside.
All right, pause it here. These defenders are thinking, y'all. This defender is thinking. This defender is thinking. He's chasing. He's out of the play. That is the advantage to this offense. That is the advantage to this offense. You got everybody slowing down. So a lot of what offenses do is to get the defense to slow down and think. Is naturally built in when all he is doing is handing the ball off and he just running straight up the middle. That is the power of this system. This is why I say this system is going to be so dangerous in the red zone with running the ball. Everybody's slowing down. Everybody's slowing down. You create the gap integrity you need. You create these guys slowing down. So just great stuff. I'm very, very, very excited for this offense. That Howard upset of UNLV was epic. It was big win. It was a big win. So that's why he's been able to go up the coaching ranks like he has. I think he is a steal for CU. So this is just the intro to the go-go. On Patreon, I'll make sure we get more vertical. We get more vertical passing game on Patreon. So that's what I'll make sure we get, because I want y'all to see this so y'all can understand where my excitement level is coming from. I want y'all to see it, because there's certain things you can do that'll throw teams off, and this is one of them. So this is definitely one of them. Shout out to Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Keith Hunt. Hope you're staying warm, staying safe up there in Jersey with the blizzard going on. I appreciate you, all your support this entire year. So thank you again. Thank you as always. And thank you for always supporting me in the stream. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I saw some of Coach Marion's college highlights. He could run. He just had some ACL injuries that derailed his career. But he was on the Miami Dolphins team when they had Ronnie Brown and they implemented the Wildcat. He was on that team. He was part of that receiving core who was going to be the blocking receivers. And I think he pulled some of that from when they were having quarterback issues in Miami running the Wildcat and receivers being so vital in the blocking game. He pulled some of that from there. Very, very, very excited for what CU is going to be able to do this year, y'all. I'm excited. Very excited. All right, let's keep it pushing. We have Kurt Warner. So Kurt Warner is a good follow on X. Good follow on X, y'all. So somebody asked Kurt Warner, what are 10 plays that he would draw up if he was highlighting the greatest show on turf when he was on the Rams? Some of his time at UNLV, school record 6 games, scoring 40 plus, including 4 consecutive, scored at least 24 points, and his school record 10 straight games and record 12 overall. Zedric, when you really start looking into Brendan Marion, besides his character, besides he's been through everything and he can really teach people, I'm telling you, I'm very excited for what he's going to be able to bring to CU. Very creative offensive mind. Very creative. I just want to show y'all this real quick. So this is Kurt Warner drawing up some plays. I want y'all to pay attention to something on all of these drawings. Just about every one of these plays has an option where the running back is going out. The quarterback can make a quick play. He can dump it off to him. This is what Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees's offense lacked. They didn't always have answers built in to the play. You see good offenses, they have answers built in. Built-in answers. Built-in answer, built-in answer. Everywhere you look is a built-in answer where it's a shorter, shallow route and it's a running back. So you have 2 built-in answers based on what the defense does. This is what good offenses do. And this is how they scheme up. So just wanted to show y'all real quick. Tap into Kurt Warner on X. He's very active and he'll answer questions over there as well. So really good stuff. Let's turn the corner. Let's go to the Browns.
After Jim Schwartz.
Shout out to Press Room Breakdown. Excited for his growth that he's having as a channel. Shout out to Shanithia for sending me this. This is going to look into if the Browns even wanted to bring Jim Schwartz back. So this is Press Room Breakdown. I'm guessing they probably weren't as high on Jim Schwartz as they let people to believe. So that's my guess. That's what their actions show, but let's get to it.
Interviewed for the Browns head coaching job. Listen closely to how the organization talked about him. Not what they praised, but what they avoided committing to. Because that difference tells you more than praise ever could.
Why can't you shed light on what's going to happen with Jim now?
Well, those conversations are ongoing. We'll talk about that at a later day. Today is to introduce Todd Monken as new head coach.
Imagine Jim Schwartz walking back into the building as defensive coordinator, now working under Todd Monken as head coach. This comes after players publicly said Schwartz should have been the head coach. Every meeting now carries an unspoken comparison. And that's the tension most people sense, but rarely articulate. Here's the distinction that matters. Praise looks backward. Commitment shapes the future. And organizations are very careful not to confuse the two after leadership decisions. When Brown's leadership spoke during and after the head coach hiring process, the emphasis stayed on thoroughness, deliberation, and process. Praise for Jim Schwartz was consistently framed around past performance, while forward-looking commitment was avoided. That framing wasn't accidental. It preserved flexibility. Listen closely to how Brown's leadership talked about Jim Schwartz during this period.
So first with Jim, Jim's an outstanding football coach. We have a lot of respect for him, a lot of appreciation for him, and he has certainly earned the right for consideration. But that's something that we still have to discuss and obviously discuss with him.
Jim Schwartz be a candidate for the head coach?
We haven't looked at that yet. I would say this, we think a lot of Jim Schwartz.
That's appreciation, but it's also carefully contained. Process.
Let me pause them real quick right here. I haven't listened to things regarding like Cleveland media in a minute because I've been staying away from it, protecting my peace, as Edric would say. Just hearing that question, I think about, I haven't seen Detroit Gemini, but also C.A. Anderson, you read this book as well, Who Moved My Cheese? So when I'm driving around, I drive around a lot. I'm listening to audio books and stuff like that. I haven't made it through the entire thing, but I just think of him and Ha when I think of, when I hear Tony Grossi, Mary Kay, all these old people who've been covering the Browns, I think of him and all from Who Moved My Cheese. Going through the motions every single day. not being able to adapt and change to the circumstances, not even seeing the change happen in front of them. So shout out to Detroit Gemini and C.A. Anderson for letting me know about that book, Who Moved My Cheese. But it just popped into my head as I heard this. So let's get back to it, y'all. Maya, I agree. That is an excellent book. I like it a lot.
This language creates distance without disrespect. It honors what someone has done while preserving options moving forward.
Shout out to Keith Mathis. I love that book. Yeah. Just listening to it, I was like, man, why didn't y'all send this to me earlier? Like, I'm like, this is good stuff. He was a media prop candidate. He interviewed and didn't have a true plan to fix the offense. Talk to him, Zedric. Talk to him. That's what it was, y'all. That's what it was.
Moments like this, that restraint helps organizations avoid binding themselves to outcomes. They
also, back to the book, y'all. Back to the book. So as I think it was Sent and Scurry, as they started to change and they started to notice that the cheese was getting lower, they started to plan. Also, they got up every single day. They put on their running stuff. They were prepared. They knew where to find their stuff. The Cleveland media doesn't realize that the cheese is being moved, and they are not taking a new approach. They're not taking a new approach. They have to change their approach, and also they have to prepare if change was to happen. They have not done that yet. That is why they're lagging behind. That is why. I think that the Browns leading on to the Cleveland media that Jim was a must keep was just a smokescreen. I believe they knew all along they were going to go another way. It sure does look that way, Black Pearl. It sure does look that way. It sure does. Let's get back to it.
It may not be able to sustain. Inside the locker room, the framing shifted. Star defensive player Denzel Ward openly said he wanted Jim Schwartz to be the head coach and hoped the team wouldn't let him go. That language isn't about process. It's about alignment.
Me personally, I have so much love and respect for Coach Schwartz. I would highly recommend Coach Schwartz for a head coaching job here. Definitely, like I said, Coach Schwartz, he's a great coach.
Talk to teammates about the possibility of Jim Schwartz as head coach, and do you think it's a popular opinion what you're saying about him in this locker room?
I believe so, but ultimately it's not my decision. You know, I'm not the one that signs the checks and does all these things. I just give my input, and you could take it or leave it. But like I said, I got much respect for Coach Schwartz.
That endorsement.
So you see, the players wanted Schwartz back. But Jim Schwartz made it easy to show them why they moved on from Jim Schwartz. He made it really easy when he stormed out, and it was publicly known that he stormed out, to say, hey, he quit on y'all. Easy to come back and say, hey, you were here, he quit on you. So shout out to Keith Mathis. Keith Mathis, I had to write that down while we were listening. For anyone who wants to build a physical book library in your home, Thrift Books Online used bookstore is great. Shout out to Keith Mathis. I had to write that down. Y'all know y'all be writing stuff down. I'm old school like that. So shout out to you. I like that. Probably when they asked Schwartz about his plan for Shedeur, he had no answer. He had the advantage from other interviewees and what he saw inside the building, Shedeur, and he didn't see what AB saw. That's it. That's it. Media framing the narrative. That's it. It's gonna be a tough place for the media moving forward. So I remember I said something it seemed out there. I said they're gonna get rid of beat reporters, and it wasn't like a diss at beat reporters. It was just when will companies, or let me word this right, how will companies continue to see a good return on their investment? The Athletic flying Jason Lloyd to all these different games. Cleveland.com sending Mary Kay to all these different places. And the only thing she can come back with is a quote that everybody can see when they watch the players' post-game press conferences. What is the return on investment there? So it was a way out there to take, but if you're not bringing no return on investment, nobody is clicking because you have no insight and you don't understand the game of football. What you gonna do for us? Nothing. So it's changing right before their eyes. Authority can't be split.
Endorsement reveals how leadership is experienced from the inside and how it's managed from the top. When players publicly validate a leader who isn't chosen, authority doesn't disappear. It lingers. And lingering authority creates quiet comparison, not open conflict. Think about it. If Schwartz returns as defensive coordinator, he isn't returning as the same person from before the head coach hiring process. Every success and failure gets reinterpreted through what just happened. That internal residue doesn't stay contained, and clarity starts to erode. Now imagine next season Schwartz is back as defensive coordinator, and the Browns open 2-4. The offense stalls. The head coach is under scrutiny. In that moment, is the locker room fully aligned, or does Todd Monken feel the weight of players who publicly back someone else for the top job?
You could say whatever you want. You can call them a baby. You could say they don't.
Press room breakdown. I didn't watch this. You threw me off a little bit. Schwartz was using the pat answer. Shador, along with all the rookies, are growing and learning and getting better. He was. That ain't gonna work. If you just look at the Browns' financial situation, you have to work with one of the 3 quarterbacks on the roster. So pick one and tell me the plan. What are you going to do for them? What can you do to help them get better? How can you continue to develop them? It's very simple. When people are throwing all these quarterbacks out there, this quarterback, that quarterback, this quarterback, it doesn't matter. It's going to be guys on the roster. Threw me off a little bit. President breakdown. Let's go forward. Let's get back to what you talking. All right, let's go about here.
Leadership decision at the head coach level changes people and it changes environments. You don't get to rewind the organization to last season and expect everything else to stay the same. And if you're Jimmy Haslam and the Browns ownership group, there are no guarantees you'd be getting the same Jim Schwartz or the same defensive dynamic under a different head coach. And there's real risk that bringing him back could introduce division inside the locker room. Press conference language doesn't just...
I agree with his point he just said right there. Bringing Jim Schwartz back could have invited division in the locker room, especially based on his actions. They shown he wasn't going to be able to just move forward. And at the sight of anything going wrong or, Todd Monken having any type of rookie mistake, which when you're doing stuff the first time, you're going to make mistakes as part of the process. It would have been highlighted. I would have never made that mistake. I would have did it like this. And that's where the division would start. Y'all know, everybody here, y'all worked in different places. Have y'all ever been, no, it's better if we do it this way. Have you ever seen someone else get passed up for a promotion that they believe they should have got? How did that person act after they were not selected for the promotion? That is the question. In your life, have you ever seen a person get passed up on for a promotion that they believe they should have got? How did that person act after not being selected for the promotion? I guarantee you their attitude wasn't the same. Every opportunity, they were taking shots at the person who did get the promotion. They were trying to make them look bad, portray them in a negative light. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's human nature if you don't have control over it. A person who understands a promotion is an opportunity, is not guaranteed, they'll look at it differently. A lot of people are not able to do that. No, not this fellow. He is hurting my eyes. Yeah, I had to change it. I was surprised. He makes me mad at just a glance of him. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting Press Room Breakdown to use UCSS. I agree with that as well. I don't believe Jim would have given a half job this year harvesting frustration. It wouldn't have been well. The defense would have been even more favored with him as head coach. It was kind of divided already. Offense and defense were treated like separate teams, not a collective group. Talk to him. C. Brown run. You said it. They're going to undermine the leadership, or would have. I don't believe he would have given a half job harvesting. Got you. Key Mathis. Yeah, that wasn't a good situation to have Monken in, even if he could handle it. I remember I had people tell me, oh, you good at this. You can just add this on or add that. And I'm like, nah, it's going to take too much away from what I have and what I'm working on now. And what do people say? You can handle it. Just because you can handle something doesn't mean you should take it on. Hear me again. Just because you can handle something doesn't mean you should take it on. That is how you get overwhelmed. That is how you get overworked. That is how you get underwater on things you have to get done. So you have to be in a comfortable place to handle additional workload. If you add new things before you're in a comfortable place, it will lead to something else falling off and something else not being up to the standard of how you want it done. So you have to make small changes, not just let me change this whole thing. No, very small changes over time. D. Schwartz would have had that locker room split with that bad energy. Get rid of the negative, bad energy, new season, new energy, and vibes. The new Cleveland. Talk to him, Black Pearl. I said it from the beginning that it was best that he left, especially when he stormed off as a taller. It showed the type of person he is. KC, talk to him. At that moment, I just looked at him like he was a quitter. I'm like, you're a quitter, man. You quit on the team. You can bye-bye. You can go now. You can go. Let's keep this thing. Let's keep it moving forward. There's not much left to this. Go check out Press Room Breakdown. Go give him a subscribe if you haven't. I like his content. I like how he breaks it down. Shout out to PBR Press Room Breakdown. It's here, y'all. It's time. Where's it at?
Let's get ready to rumble!
The main event, y'all. We made it. We are here. We are here. Okay. So, we spoke about this a couple weeks ago. Fernando Mendoza was on Pat McAfee's show, and he was talking about the reasons why he wasn't going to throw at the NFL Combine. And I immediately knew they would make it seem as if he was doing it for legitimate and good reasons. They would not look at it as a negative like they did last year with Shedeur. And people are divided. People are split on how they want to view the situation. But Adam Schefter put this out. Projected number 1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza will not throw at the Combine this week per source. He will throw at Indiana's Pro Day on April 1st when the school has multiple pass catchers that Mendoza wants to help showcase. Now, it's funny. This is word for word, bar for bar, the reason Shedeur gave for him throwing at the Colorado Showcase last year. It was still taken negatively. All of Shedeur receivers got a chance in the NFL this year. So it's okay for Mendoza. Shedeur, not okay. It was people who were looking for a reason to not like Shedeur. That's all it was. They were looking for a reason. I like the intro to the main topic. Fits perfectly. Shout out to you, Zedric. I'm working. I'm working. My creative brain really gets to work now. I think when AB went with Monken because they knew Monken could handle what comes with the Browns. They went older for head coach, but younger for all other coaches. AB has a plan. CO7111. I like it. I agree. At his age, you would figure he learned how to control his emotions. That's a fact. See, Anderson, it's one thing. I might have to coin this phrase. The cheat code to life is to live more life. I might have to coin that because as you get older, as you have more life experience, you should handle situations better. Every single time you get passed up for a head coach, this is what you do? What about the years when nobody was calling you for a head coach job? Were you also storming out? So he got to do better. He got to do better. Same thing Shedeur did. Miss K, that's a fact. He just cut, copy, and paste what Shedeur said last year. Shake my head. Diabolical. Remember we used to like scroll over something and copy and paste it? He what is it, Control C or Control P and then Control V to paste it? He said, I didn't take it technically because I copied it different than the way we used to. D, they think we forgot. We did not forget. They said Shedeur coasted through the pro day and didn't take it serious. They were trying to justify what they were going to do. Talk to him. Talk to him, Zedric. I agree with that. It was never an issue throwing at the combine or not throwing at the combine. Just like Emmitt Smith said, the NFL had a beef with Coach Prime. They had a beef with Coach Prime. That's what it was. They had a beef with him. So we can't get to you. We're going to take it out on your son. And nobody can tell me otherwise. We watched this thing pan out. I chronicled every person who was saying negative stuff about Shedeur and how they were taking him off their draft boards. We have seen guys get in trouble, get arrested, and we have heard of guys getting arrested before the draft for a multitude of different reasons, still get drafted first round, second round. We saw with Shedeur, we don't like your dad, fifth round. To me, the NFL has a double standard. They have it. The NFL is not going to change that double standard. The NFL is not going to become this moral place. It's not going to happen, y'all. The NFL will do what they're going to do. And I'll tell y'all something funny. I don't have a problem with it. And you want to know why? I like to see who my enemies are. Shout out to Jay Nicole. Jay Nicole, I think it was Simply Sarah who was saying you couldn't comment, so glad you're able to comment. I like to see who my haters are. I want my haters to stand up, raise their hand, put my name out there when they talk about me. I want to know where everything is coming from. I want to know which angle they're going to take. I want to know that. If it's a crowd of 1,000 people and I don't know who don't like me, I got to be on guard because it can come from anywhere. But when I know exactly who my haters are, I know exactly who my detractors are, I can process that information, I can download it, and I can move accordingly. So, if it's Tom Pelissaro, I just won't do an interview with you. If it's Speak Easy, I'll never go on your platform. If it's local Cleveland media, you never get in a Shedeur interview. If it's 92.3 The Fan, I'm never coming to your radio station. We can look at the NFL and want them to change, but history tells us they won't. So now what we have to do is take advantage of the information given to us. Take advantage of it. We don't have to spend the whole next year calling out him and Haag in the Cleveland media. We don't have to do it. We're not even going to look at him, y'all. We have attained the necessary amount of credibility to bypass what they're saying. When this season starts, we're not going to be reading Mary Kay articles. We're not going to be looking at what Tony Grossi has to say. We're not going to be looking at what Rex Ryan has to say. We're not going to look at Tom Pelissaro. We're not going to look at Todd McShay. We won't pay them attention, y'all. We know what their angle is. The only thing they can do now is about face and try to fake like they like Shedeur all along. But we know who they are. We know what they're about. I'm going to look them straight in the eye and not have nothing for them. Y'all ever seen somebody, a person try to greet somebody and the person they try to greet don't have nothing to say to them They act like as if a person wasn't talking. That's what we're going to do to the people who we know their true colors and their true intentions. We're not going to keep responding to them, y'all. The people who lack credibility, they can still respond to them. But since we have it, we're going to handle ourselves differently. In 2026, we're going to be the content. We are not going to be the reactors. We know what they're about. And the NFL is going to be more brash, more harsh. It's going to be more shots taken at Shador this year. So just be ready for it. And we're not going to feed it no energy. We're not going to feed it no energy. So if y'all know it's people I done named on the list that we just not going to respond to. When the season starts, we're going to be looking at film. We're going to be looking at the stats. We're going to be putting together whole streams of good information. Y'all not going to see Mary Kay. y'all not going to see Tony Grossi. Y'all not going to see these people. It's no point. They're never going to catch up to the knowledge that y'all have. They're never going to catch up. So we got to go backwards just to even talk about what they're talking about. I don't even remember how long ago I put out the clip saying it's okay when they do it, but not okay when we do it, referring to this in Shador. Actually, let me look it up. Let me do this. Let me look it up. Let's see how long ago I put this clip out about Fernando Mendoza to just show y'all in real time how far behind they are. Let's look at my shorts. We're going to do it live, y'all. I know y'all might not have been expecting me to take this approach, but this is the approach I'm taking, y'all. This is the approach I'm taking. Let me see. I'm going to scroll and find it. I'm going to keep scrolling. Let me update. Let me read some of y'all comments as we go back through this. Shout out to you, C.A. Anderson. You're speaking good stuff today. I appreciate you. All the NFL made themselves look bad and look like a lot of jealous people because they couldn't humble a man who God elevated. Coach Prime. Talk to him, Key Mathis. I see you. We see each other. That's it, Black Pearl. You see all Shador haters are quiet with Fernando decisions. They are. J. Nicole, facts. I wish he would have interviewed with nobody no more. Take your fine. he gonna speak at the podium, but you get no exclusives. The interesting thing is that the NFL is pandering now. They're not liking the heat and backlash they got, and Coach Prime is letting them know. He is clear. It's the NFL he has ire with. I agree with that. The NFL always keep their buck-breaking tool in their back pocket, and they just bring it out when they want to use it. Keith Hunt, you're right. Be proactive, not reactive. I agree, D. I agree. You hit the nail right on the head. Shout out to you, Ms. Brown. Ira, you must do crossword puzzles. Yeah, that's definitely. What is a 3-letter word, starts with I, ends in E? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. That's a fact. No crosswords, just love the word. It's a solid word. I like it. All right, let me see. Let me find it. I'm going through trying to find it because it was a while ago when I said this. I'm at about 3 weeks ago. I wonder if I missed it. I was asleep. I worked 2 12-hour shifts the past weekend, but I'm awake now. My taxes hit my account. I do not owe. Shout out to Charmaine as I was looking this up. Shout out to Charmaine, y'all.
I got money.
Shout out to Charmaine as I was reading this. The hardest working woman in Ohio, big time supporter, one of the first few to sign up on Patreon. I appreciate you. Let me read that again for y'all. I was asleep. I worked 2 12-hour shifts this past weekend, but I am awake now. My taxes hit my account. I do not owe. Talk to him, big money. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Shout out to Charmaine, y'all. Shout out to Charmaine. When did I talk about this? Let's see if I can find it. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Not Owen in this economy. For real, this economy is something else. It is something else. Let me see. I wish that. Okay, here we go. I put this out 12 days ago. I found it. All right, let me pull it up, y'all. 12 days ago is when I put it out. 12 days ago. Let me get this for y'all. I knew I could find it. And I'm going to play this so y'all can see. I'm surprised when this stuff that we talk about goes viral later. I'm like, dang, this what y'all on? All right, 12 days ago. Let me see what the thumbnail looked like. There we go. I got Mendoza in the thumbnail. Okay. Here we go. Got it.
Work out with what are you going to do at the combine?
Let's pause it. Let's show it. We back. There we go. Here we go. This from 12 days ago, y'all.
Have you thought anything about the whole throwing, which you don't need to do anything to combine, honestly, but have you thought about all of that going forward?
Yeah, so talking about it all with my agent and at the combine, you're throwing at different receivers, it's a whole different thing, and I want to make sure I give my guys the best chance. So I want to throw a pro day with my guys, with my running backs, and be there with the boys.
Not going to matter at all that he doesn't go throw at the combine. I told people, all you got to do is wait till the next year. Everything that they said, it wasn't true. They just were lying about Shedeur. That's all it was. They didn't like Shedeur for whatever reason. I've been saying that. They just didn't like Shedeur. He straight up stole Shedeur's answer. Stole his answer. Nobody's going to blink twice. The worst part is he not even going to give Shedeur credit for stealing his flow like that. he not even going to give Shedeur credit for ghostwriting that response for him.
Work out with what do you?
So that was me 2 weeks ago. So I always find it funny when stuff comes back around and it gets like steam again and people were behind on this, but we talked about it 12 days ago. That's just an example. When I tell y'all we're ahead, just like Kobe got ahead from what he's doing and the work he was putting in, we're ahead. There's no point in us moving backwards, y'all. We're going to stay ahead. Let's get these comments. They live for clicks and views. Look at UCSS is using the views G. Bush brings. Let me change this on the screen. Let's take this down so I'm not distracted. All right, let's read it. They live for clicks and views. Look at how UCSS is using the views G. Bush brings. Now they want his opinion on the topic, and then the discussion turns into breaking down G. Bush's opinion. That's a fact. It's a fact. Check out their numbers when G. Bush not on there. Ooh. Spooky hours. IRS is a pimp. Always want my money. Sucks. For real. They don't play. Let me call the IRS to see where my money on at. Not the money. Key Matthews says she's trying to walk around like this.
I got money.
He don't really engage like he used to. He knows. Yeah, they try to trap him. They try to trap him a lot. They try to trap him. They try to trap G. Bush a lot over there. I don't even want to file because I already know it's going to be crazy. For real, Zedric, I'm up here looking like, how can I get some more tax breaks? Throwing to different receivers sounds suspicious. Yeah, I don't know them people. I don't know them receivers, so I don't know how comfortable I'll be throwing to them. Okay. Okay. Just putting it out there, y'all. Literally, Shedeur said the same thing to throw with his guys and showcase his brother. J. Nicole, that's why I said it. I was like, he stole his whole flow. Stole the whole thing. We ain't gonna do politics, but that sounds like Melania Trump. Her speech. I'm just gonna leave that there, y'all. I'm gonna leave that there. Mendoza, not Mendoza. I only watched what he was on, but I stopped altogether. I only watch his show now. Yeah, it's a tough watch. It's a tough watch over there. I'm gonna give y'all some secrets to the industry real quick, because I think y'all enjoy when we pull the curtain back sometimes. So, no disrespect, but I do not see how Fernando Mendoza going to be a leader of a pro team. I don't think that's disrespect, and I think that's something I would question too. To me, he seems like he's a fit in the system guy, not a guy who's going to set the bar and hold guys accountable to the bar. So, Clint Kubiak going to have to be a really strong leader in that building to keep everything in order. To keep it in order. So let me pull back the curtain. When you have a group of people on a podcast and they have a producer, the producer holds more weight than the actual people who are in front of the camera that you see. The producers pick the topics, they pick what they're going to talk about, they pick the questions. So if you were ever watching something with 4 people, producers in the back, picking segments, the producer's lack of creativity is why you start to dislike the show. That's all I'm going to say. So if you wonder why you enjoyed something previously and then now it's not the same and it's not what it was, that's why, y'all. That's why. Man, Melania owe Michelle a check for that speech. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. We seen this go down before. She stole the speech. We seen this go down before. We seen it, y'all. We seen it. We seen it. Reminder, Wednesday stream is going to start at 11:30. I'm going to start at 11:30. It's going to be a 1 hour behind, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. I meant to make a note to say this earlier. Wednesday stream is going to start at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. So on Wednesday, we have Andrew Berry, who is going to be speaking at 12:30. So we're going to get in. We're going to be an hour in the stream. We're going to tap into Andrew Berry speaking from the Combine. I believe he's speaking from the Combine. At 1 o'clock, we got Todd Monken speaking. So Wednesday stream is going to start at 11:30. I'm going to put post up on the YouTube community tab. I'm going to put post up on X. I'm also going to put post in Patreon that is the time for Wednesday stream. We're going to be 1 hour behind on Wednesday so we can enjoy ourselves during our stream. And then we're going to go to Andrew Berry, and then we're going to go to Todd Monken speaking. So it would have got kind of crazy if I still did 10:30, because then it's like 2.5 hours before Todd Monken starts and the stream will just kind of drag. And I want to make sure I'm giving y'all valuable entertainment when y'all here. I value y'all time, so that's why we're going to do that. We're going to have a little flex, a little wiggle room for us. So that's what we're going to do. Other updates for the Patreon crew. Zedric asked me if I could do a video breakdown of basically of the deep passes. So passes of 20 air yards or more. I did that breakdown for Patreon. That video is going to release tomorrow on Patreon for paid members on Patreon. Thursday, I will put out a video on the explosiveness of the go-go offense. So that's what I'll do on Thursday for Patreon. So you definitely want to tap into the Patreon. We do some good stuff over there, building up a nice community. It's exclusive content that I never bring to YouTube that goes on Patreon. So if you're wondering why would it be worth it, exclusive content over there. Also, another thing, in the fall, Patreon has updated. I'll now be able to live stream using the same format in Patreon. So in the fall, you definitely want to tap into the Patreon, because film breakdowns will be live, not pre-recorded videos. So we working. We are working over here. We're working. So you definitely want to tap into the Patreon if you can. If you have interest, tap into it. Tap into it for sure. Oh, look at Dan Orlovsky's tweet. Studying the first 5 games of Mendoza's tape is not what I expected so far. Hold on, Zedric. I got to pull up that tweet. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So you was hyping him up and you never watched him? I know you wasn't doing that, was you, Dan? Let me pull up that tweet real quick. Not gassing somebody and you never watched them. Not how you gassing somebody you never watched. Come on, man. The truth always comes to the light, y'all. Let's see, Dan Orlovsky. Oh my goodness. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied, Zedric. Come on, Dan. Come on, Dan. When I tell y'all, like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot. I told y'all ahead of these people. I told y'all. Look at this. Let me scroll up so y'all can see it. Studying the first 5 games of Mendoza's tape is not what I expected so far. You think? You think? So was everybody just hating on Mendoza, or were they actually watching him play? Questions that need answers, everyone. Questions that need answers. Yes, that one is for you, Shady McNuggets. Black Pearl caught it. Black Pearl caught what I was putting down. That is 8:30 my time. Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's around the time where you start headed out to work, C.A. Anderson. I think that's around that time. Mendoza said it with his chest out and his face up. Yep. He did, Ms. Brown. Thanks for letting us know. Making a note now to catch her live Wednesday. Shout out to Cindy Allen tapping in from Tokyo, Japan. I appreciate you. Zedric, I'm telling y'all, we turning things up a notch for season 2. We are turning it up a notch for season 2. Will it be a live chat? See, Anderson, yes, it's going to be a live chat in Patreon as well. So Patreon has updated. They updated this in January. Now I can go straight through Streamlabs, so it'll look like this. I can share the screen, and then it will be a live chat that's happening, so y'all can ask questions and all those things when we break down film later on this year. So when I tell y'all year 2 will not be like year 1, I'm just going to show y'all better than I can tell you. Someone asked him, has he studied the depth of the end zone? Oh, my goodness. He never going to get over a run out of back of the touchdown. Dano is the same one who said he couldn't evaluate Shedeur as a QB after a whole season when he was in college. CO7-111. I remember that. It's definitely going to be a party on Patreon. Would you question if Fernando Mendoza didn't go first? I think it's only one option. It's only one option. I think he will go first regardless. The other option is the Raiders can just take a team's future like the Jets' future by trading out that first pick. Now, that's the thing I think could change. If the Raiders, they spoke to him more, seen him more, got to know him more, and realized he's not what they thought he was, they still got Geno Smith there, and they could get a king's ransom, I can see them trading out. But I think he'll still go number 1 because that's how teams do things with quarterbacks. That's how they do it. Wow, 2:19 a.m. right now, but I'm here. Shout out to Cindy Allen, y'all. Shout out to Cindy Allen. What a live chat. Thanks for showing me how to follow. I love Patreon. Patreon is the business, y'all. The way it lets you have community, you could do posts, you can communicate, all those things over there. Patreon is the business. I'm just saying, the season start, you don't want to miss, because I'm thinking about how we're going to do the schedule. I'm thinking we'll probably do the same times, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm thinking we might do Tuesdays as the day where we do film breakdown on Patreon. So it's still up in the air. Haven't finalized it yet, but just be prepared for it. Just be prepared for it. Charmaine has been firm in this stance. No to Mendoza. I think the Raiders are going to trade out and he ends up with the Jets. Just my opinion. I think that CL7111, I would not be surprised by that. I think that's the other way it could go. I think either the Raiders just say, this is our guy, we lock in, we take him, or I think they trade out. They trade out and they get everything in the world from the Jets. That's what I think happened. That's what I think. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this stream. I'll make sure I communicated clearly about Wednesday. I'll put reminders. I'll get the thumbnail created early so y'all can see it. I'll post on the YouTube community tab. I'll post it on my X. I'll also post it in Patreon. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this stream. I enjoyed this stream. We keeping kind of the streak alive of not really looking and reacting to Cleveland media. There's no reason to. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. Let me shout out. Shout out to Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. Stay safe up there. I know y'all got that weather situation going on. Stay safe up there, Keith Hunt. Also, shout out to the hardest working woman in Ohio, Charmaine. She said, my taxes hit my account. I don't owe nothing. I don't owe nobody. So shout out to them. Shout out to everybody for supporting the stream. I appreciate it. Let me say this to y'all. I appreciate the fact that y'all allow me to be me. I don't have to get up here and put on a show. I don't have to act. I get to show up as myself every day. I really appreciate y'all for that, more than y'all know. I'm sorry if y'all think I say it too much, but I really mean it. And I don't take y'all for granted. I don't take y'all spending time with me for granted, and I don't take the kind words and the energy y'all give me for granted. So shout out to y'all as always. Shout out to y'all. Mendoza may not be a locker room hit. I don't know how big that mask is. You talking to him, say Anderson. I see a small slide for Mendoza. I think they could get over on the team. I think they can get over on the team. Thank you, CL7111. I appreciate it. Great show as always. Cleveland media is too toxic to keep reacting to. It's just Maya. It feels good just to not even deal with it, especially when there's no more football happening. Better energy, great stream. Have a blessed day, everyone. Shout out to Black Pearl. We ain't forget you, D. I appreciate y'all. I enjoyed the show. Thank you, Miss Sparkles. Appreciate you, Zadrick. Shout out to you, Keith Hunt. I will see y'all Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy the next couple of days. Tap into the Patreon if you haven't already. I will see y'all over there. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. Peace, everybody.
Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't have no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Ran in my check, I ran on my bag. I did what I did. Yeah. Ran in my check.